peoples, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a subscriber to my channel, then you know typically I do nail videos. I use my channel as my nail therapy. But today is going to be a little different. Not really sure how this video is going to actually come out until I finish, just because today is really been a struggle. Yesterday I had in my head of that this was New Year's Eve, the last day of the year, so I was kind of gonna post one last New Year's Eve design. However, when I woke up this morning, I wasn't in the best of moods, and I started to come out and just do a video complaining about everything that has happened to me, and I just didn't feel like that was right. And again, I was just in such a terrible mood when I came out here the first time to start recording. I just got so frustrated because every time I started to hit the play button, there's the dog barking and the kids running out and making different noises and whatnot. And it just, it added on to the irritation. And I just stopped and I just went in the house and I just laid back down, threw my hand across my head, just like, okay, I wasn't feeling this day anyway. But then I was like, no, I'm not going to let the devil win. This is my sanctuary. This is my nail therapy, what I do when I feel stressed or whatnot. So instead of complaining, I'm gonna be thankful. And first and foremost, I can say I am thankful. Today is day 7. Or if you're like one of my subscribers who said that I shouldn't really start my clock over because I really didn't get any contact. So if you want to look at it that way, it's day 43. So I am thankful that I've had the strength to actually, quit smoking. I lost my son in January, at the end of January of this year. I'm not thankful for that, but I am thankful that the Lord allowed me to get through that, because there was moments that I didn't think I would. I'm thankful for people showing me who they are. And when I say that, I mean, in my grief, I stepped away from a lot, and work being one of them. I stopped working at one point, and this particular incident that I'm thinking about happened about 4 months after I lost my son, and I wanted a cup of coffee, and with me not working at that time, I couldn't afford it myself. So I I reached out and was asking for a cup of coffee, and I was told that I was using my son's death as an excuse to not do anything, to not work or whatnot. So I'm thankful for that comment, however hurtful it may have been, because that showed me like you really can't depend on other people. I'm thankful for those who have compared losing a job to me losing my son and using that as an excuse to act and pretty much disappear on me in the way that they did when I needed them most. So yeah, I'm thankful that they've shown me who they were, and to where I learned that I can't put any more energy into a person than they're willing to put into me. And that pretty much closed and ended a lot of relationships. And not saying that anyone going through something, losing a job, losing a house, losing things that you can get back. I'm not trying to discount your feelings. I'm not trying to negate your emotions or what you're going through at that moment. I did take offense to the comparison. I'm a grieving mother. I'm a grieving mother. I'm sorry. My grief was going on for too long. Surprise, surprise, I'm still grieving. And again, I lost my son January 29th. So pretty soon it'll be a whole year, and I still have moments where I wake up and I can't catch my breath, and moments where I'm wondering why him and not others, however hateful that may sound. I know some people, and I'm not trying to judge anybody, but I know some people who just but yeah, I don't know when my grief is going to end. I don't know when I'm going to wake up one morning and not want to hear his voice and not want to see his smile, and I don't know. So I thank those people just again for showing me that you're not who I thought you were, for one. And that's entirely fine. But that just means that I need to move differently. And that's pretty much what I've been trying to do. And I think I woke up this morning feeling this way just because I know, like, in the past, we've had the superstition that whatever you do on New Year's Eve, um, when the clock strikes 12 to begin New Year's Day, that will be, you know, how your year's gonna go. If you have money in your pocket, you'll have money all year. If you have food in your house, you have food all year. If you're around the people you love, then you're gonna have at least another year with them. And I live by that for as long as I knew. So last year, New Year's Eve, I was so thankful at the fact that my son was home, because he had been with his dad for like over a year. Yeah, went to go stay with his dad, and I was just glad he was here. And I just remember that night, because we decided, we used to go downtown because they had a whole fireworks show to bring in the new year. And I just remember bugging him, started because he had went off with his friends and they were just hanging out or whatever. And I was just bugging him because we were getting ready to go downtown. I kept texting his phone, hey, are you coming? Are you going to be home to go downtown with us? I want us all to be together when the new year comes in. And I just kept bugging him till he finally, he finally came home, and we all went downtown and we were together when the new year came in. But we were all together when the new year came in, and I was just, I was so sure that just meant we were gonna be together all year. But yeah, that was just superstition, because before the month was out, he was gone. And again, like, things didn't work out how I thought they would. And the people I loved most and cared about, they didn't respond the way I thought they would. So not only did I lose him, I lost pretty much everybody. And I know a lot of people will probably say that, again, it's my grief. I may be looking at it a different way. However, I don't think it's the grief. Yes, I am grieving. But I think the Lord allowed me to go through what I went through so that I'm more discerning of who and what, I'm surrounding myself with. So yeah. And again, I woke up this morning and I was gonna let the devil win again, just because I was being bombarded by the thoughts that what am I trying for? What am I, like, what is it all? What's the purpose? But I'm gonna fight. I have said before, this is a spiritual warfare. And even if I allowed him to win a battle, I'm not going to allow him to win this war. I'm going to give God the glory. So I'm just going to keep pushing forward. And again, like I said, if anybody's wondering, 2023, thank you for showing me everything I needed to see, because now I know how to move around. And when I say that, I mean move around people, move around obstacles that come and try to hinder me from actually giving God his praise, giving him his full glory. So I know it's a little bit much for a nail channel here, but again, it's my nail therapy. If you don't like it, keep scrolling. That's all I can say. And I don't think I'm gonna do a full set of nails on either hand. What I wanted to do today is actually what I've been seeing some cracked ice nails come down my feet. Come down my feet a lot. So I just wanted to make an attempt to see how that would come out. So stay with me, bear with me, go on this journey with me, and we'll see what I can come up with today. So I've never done these cracked ice nails, and before I actually do a nail set on my hand and have it looking crazy, I kind of wanted to see if I can achieve the look on some tips first. So I got my tips here. And from what I've seen people do this with like clear polygel, which I don't have. I actually think I do, but I don't, it's only a small amount. I don't have a lot of it, so I kind of don't want to waste what I have on this if it doesn't work out. What I do have a lot of is base coat, and I have seen people do this with base coat as well. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, trying to, make this attempt with. And I got my plastic saran wrap because again, I've seen them do it with, they would never actually show what type of plastic, but I'm going to assume that it's saran wrap. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below, but I don't know what else to use for something like that. And I do got two types of base coat here. And I'm gonna see like which one works better. So let me see if I can point the camera down. Okay, so I got my tip and my base coats here. And I think the very first thing that the thing I've seen people do is just actually apply the base coat. Let's apply the base coat in the tip. Why does the base coat look so grainy? I don't know if that's going to become a problem or not, but we'll see. And I think you're supposed to go in kind of thick with it. But I don't know. Next, I'm going to take my plastic wrap and kind of get it. Oops. This is very sticky. All right. So we're going to get it in there. And then I've seen people just scrunch it up. See, this is probably why they use the whole polygel to hold it, because it's scrunching, but when I scrunch it, it lifts. And I don't think that's gonna create the look that I'm going for. That's what I've got. So I'm gonna pop this in the light and I'm just gonna see what we get with that one. Okay, so 60 seconds is up, and let's see, because people just pretty much peel it. Oh, I thought it was gonna stick. I was like, are you serious? So okay, well, actually doesn't look bad at all. That doesn't look bad, peoples. All right, I'm gonna stick this one to the side and I'm gonna try again. Because if this actually works out, I did measure the tips to my actual nails. So my next nail video may actually be, you know, me using these cracked tips. And what I'm gonna do is actually, I'm gonna cut my plastic wrap, because I think maybe that's what was throwing me off at first, the fact that I had so much there. So I'm gonna move that to the side and I'm gonna grab another tip and try it again. Let's try this other base coat. The first one I used was a Bell Boost base coat, but I'm gonna try it with my Lavender Violets base coat. And it doesn't look as grainy as the Bell Boost base coat. I don't know why the other one came out like that. So again, we're gonna put that over the top. I'm gonna stick it in, press it down, and then attempt to scrunch it up. I don't know why it doesn't want to stick on this side. Come on, stick for me. Am I using the wrong thing? What do people use for plastic? Because this is really irritating me, the fact that it just will not stay there. Is my base coat not thick enough? I don't feel like this one is going to come out the same. Partly because it just will not stick. Okay, so we're going to pull it out the lamp and see what the Lavender Violence base coat gave us. And just as I suspected, it came out like only on half of the nail looking right. Then the other half is just, yeah, that one didn't do so well. All right, well, no worries. It's all trial and error. Let's kind of straighten that back out, get another nail tip, and I do have a third base coat here by Castany that I'm gonna attempt to use. So let's see how this one goes. And this time I'm gonna try to go in a little thicker. Don't know if that's gonna help or hurt at this point. We'll just see. And let's see. All right, so let's pull out the Castany base coat one and see what we got. Okay, well, right off the bat, I can say this wasn't the best choice. Partly because I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it did leave like a cloudy finish to it. Yeah, not really sure if I like that or not. It does kind of, it gave a little bit more cracked ice look than the Lavender Violets, but it did leave that cloudiness there. So we're gonna see. So what we got left is my ring finger, the tip I'm going to use for my ring finger. And I'll go in with the Bell Boost base coat once again, but this time I'm going to use a smaller piece of plastic to see if that helps. 3 half. See, for some reason that Bell Boost just, I love, it's that Bell Boost base coat. It does the trick a lot better than the other ones. There's no cloudy effect on it. It kind of got the ice effect all around. I like that. So yeah, we're gonna do that one last time. Let me get another piece of smaller plastic, because I also think that was key. Not having this huge piece of saran wrap there. And I did stretch it out a little bit to try to make it feel a little bit thinner, maybe, if that's what you want to call it. But yeah, the last tip for my pinky, and I do think I am gonna do some kind of, on my next video, a nail design with these specific nail tips, just because I like the way majority of them turned out. I'm just making sure I got a thick enough coat in there. I'm going to place that tip there. I'm going to pat it in. All right, so we're going to pop this out and we're going to see what this last one gave. Okay. I can deal with this. I can deal. So I did do my nail tips, and the ones with the 3 different base coats that I just saw right offhand. The first was the Bell Boost base coat. The second was my lavender violets that I typically use to attach my tips on after I put on the McCart Peel It Off base coat. And thirdly, I used the Cassini base coat. Overall, I think the one that I like best, that gave the best cracked effect to me, was the Bell Boost base coat. The lavender violets, again, that was this nail that kind of did not go all the way over to the side. It just kind of went on this side, which I'm going to work with it because, again, I'm going to do a nail set in my next video with these particular tips. And then this Cassini, it left like a cloudy effect that I'm going to have to kind of figure out how to cover or do something with that one. Yeah. And then the last 2 I did using the Bell Boost again, and those came out to me just perfect. They're clear, not cloudy or anything like it. So, yeah. I had never done this cracked ice look. So, it was a real trial and error. And again, if you guys have any tips on how to achieve this look a lot better than what I just did, then please let me know. I'm here for it. I appreciate any type of insight you guys have. And I just want to snip the extra base coat off the side of this tip, because that was really just irritating me. That was blowing me right there. But yeah, so yeah, these will be the tips I use for my next video. So please stay tuned for that, you guys. And again, we're at the end of 2023. 2024 is only hours away. And I just want to say whatever. I know I've been seeing a lot of TikToks with people saying, Lord, please take me off the warrior list for 2024, and saying that they don't want any of the shenanigans in 2024 that they've received this year. And coming from someone who has been through the ultimate game of shenanigans in 2023, let me just say I wouldn't dare make that pronouncement to the Lord saying take me off of his warrior list, because please, oh please, Jesus, do not. I plan on being one of his strongest warriors in this upcoming year, because what I have faced and dealt with this year, yeah, I'm gonna be one of the strongest. So please put me on the front line. And if you can physically manifest that evil spirit so I can actually throw hands, will be all the much better. Because yeah, Lord, I'm here for it. I trust you, and I wholeheartedly believe in God, in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, and I'm ready. 2024, whatever you got, I'm ready for it. And I just want to say to everybody out there, 2024 is not going to be any easier. As we can all see, times are changing. And those years of just getting by and doing what you've been doing to get by, that's not going to fly too much longer. So it's time to get prayed up, stay prayed up, and we're in this battle together. Whatever he got for me, I'm ready. As long as I have him by my side, I'm ready. So thank you, 2023, for showing and preparing. And we'll see what this next year brings. But until my next video, until next time, you guys.